Alright, let's just get into it. Hello, what is up? I hope your day is going swimmingly. Okay. As my senior year is coming to an end in just a few weeks, I thought it would be kind of fitting to go back and pay homage to my previous years of studies. So today we will be going through my 3rd grade portfolio. A little background, I went to an elementary school that's literally right in my neighborhood, but I actually went to a different school before coming to this school, so I was new in 3rd grade, so I was kind of popular. Just kidding. I tried to dress like scholarly for this video with my little white button up, but then I think I went a little like Huckleberry Finn with the overalls. I don't know. I think it works. And then I did these. Yes, they are fake. Fight me. Without further ado, let's get into it. Stupendous Saturn. I did a project, I guess. I like how I cut out this little spirally thing here. I remember I liked to do that a lot as a kid. I liked to cut shapes into paper for some reason. How to be safe on the web. I feel like they made us do a lot of these projects when we were little because the internet was kind of becoming more of a widespread thing. If someone asks you for your name, you may give it to them, but never give them your last name. I also didn't finish the project. I just left a few bubbles blank. Okay, so this is a poem I wrote. Please just appreciate this picture, please. Look at me. Why did I don't know, why did I look like that? Who brings to the world her infectious smile. Her infectious smile. Who desperately wants to ride a horse. That hasn't changed. I still want to ride a horse. Who dreams of having more than one... This is so sad. Who dreams of having more than one silly band. That's sad. That's so sad. I remember silly bands were such a big thing and my parents would not buy me one because obviously they were stupid and they knew that. But I wanted one because I wanted to fit in, and so I literally had to like barter and bribe other kids to give me silly bands. I like pizza, mushroom pizza. It is nice and fluffy. Okay guys, let's celebrate spring. Do you like that word art? Let's celebrate spring by tasting delicious cheese balls by the pool. Nothing says spring like cheese balls by the pool. Okay, so that was all my stuff from Tech Lab, which was where they taught us how to use computers and type and stuff. I don't know what this is. I don't know if you can read it. Quotes. Quotes, but spelled Quotes. Quotes 2010 to 2011. It looks a little... It's stapled together in a very precarious way, and it seems like a lot of the stuff is upside down and just kind of glued on, but here we go. Oh, okay. My 3rd grade teacher, I really, really liked her a lot. She was kind of strict and hard, but she taught us how to write cursive, which was really important, and she would always have us read poetry or recite poetry or learn songs. So she had us write Stopping by the Woods on a Snowy Evening by Robert Frost in cursive, and I'm sorry, but my cursive was atrocious. That's just horrible. Sorry, past me, but that's disgusting. This is a test I took, a comprehension test, and of course, I got an A. I was quite the artist when I was younger, and I still do like to draw now, but when I was younger, oh my goodness, I think I convinced myself that I was going to be a famous artist, and I would put literally 110% effort into any project that had anything to do with art. So it's called Owls in the Family, and as you can see here, I've drawn the owls, and on the back I've also illustrated more owls and people in a boat hitting the owls. There's a lot of woos going on out in here. Another owl drawing I see. I did have a thing for owls, I don't know why. I went through a lot of animal phases. I was like first, in like 2nd grade, it was dinosaurs for some reason. I really like dinosaurs, especially the T-Rex. And then it was king cobras, and then it was owls, and then it was wolves. This is a Unit 1 reading check. 100%. I expect nothing less. I really cannot tell you what this is, but it seems to be an illustration I've done. And oh, I don't know. It says panda flamingo, but not flamingo like it's supposed to be spelled. Flamingo, panda flamingo, and panda flamingo T-Rex. Told you I had a thing for T-Rexes. It seems to be 2 characters, and on the back, someone is dancing on a stage, and other people are eating lunch, and that one person dancing on stage looks like a monkey. Don't think I'll ever know the thought process behind this piece of art, but hopefully it provokes some deeper feeling within you. How do you feel when you look at that? More reading checks with A's. What can I say? I was the perfect scholar. This one's an 89, but we're not going to talk about that. I think we did these on like books we've read, so it was like a project, so this one's on Skinny Bones, which I have no memory of reading. But on the back it says, Booga Booga, and my fish is dead, and someone is saying chicken. Alright, so that was reading class. And here's where we get into the part of schooling that I did not do so good at, and I really have never done very well in this subject. Mathematics. So this one is a C. What is this even on? Fractions? Blech. Still can't do fractions to this day. Don't think I ever will. I also got another C. Another C. Oh, this one's a B+. A B+, and we were learning about, oh, it's just addition. I got a B+ in addition. A-. That's pretty good. But again, I think it's just adding. I was good at adding, but nothing else. This one's a 68. I got a D on this one. No shame there, actually. At the time when I was a kid, I didn't care too much about the grades I got. I just cared about like how annoying and frustrating it was. Not the fact that I was literally getting C's on like every math paper I did. It was just the fact that I hated it and I didn't understand. Oh, okay, so when we would learn new vocab words, we would have to write sentences or like a story about them. And so this is mine. The class cried out in unison, "What are you going to give us?" "That's not polite," remonstrated Miss Cass. Megan and Jack, very solicitous? The fact that I can't even pronounce that word now is a sign to my intelligence. Young children offered the old woman a chair and welcomed her. All attention focused on the wizened lady. The old crone explained that she was the guardian angel of good classes. Oh my goodness. She snapped her gaunt fingers and mumbled a few words and blinked 3 times. At her feet, Emily B. and Elena pried open the box. The carton was filled with miniature versions of the old lady's umbrella. The girls were enraptured by the purple polka-dotted umbrellas, and the boys were disappointed. A classic piece of literature, I'm sure. I expect that to be studied in AP literature classes one day. This was all so that we could learn the vocab words, but I don't think I used half of them in the right way. In order to teach us figurative language, my teacher gave us like phrases of figurative language. For example, on the ball, or what other figurative expressions are there? The fact that I can't think of one. Round trip. Okay, so there's those kind of things, and she wanted us to draw the literal meaning of it and the figurative meaning of it. So this one is to lose your mind, and the facial expressions on this piece are amazing. So the literal meaning, the literal representation, there's a little kid. Oh, they've both lost their minds. So they're here, see? 2 kids looking for their minds. The boy says, the girl says, "Nathan, can you help me find my mind? I lost it." And Nathan says, "Sure. Happens that I lost mine too." Okay. the figurative meaning is kind of terrifying, not gonna lie. Nathan seems to be having some issues. It says, Nathan went cuckoo crazy. I think he lost his mind. I as well, Nathan, have lost my mind. This is to get the blues, and there is a girl sitting in bed who has caught a case of the blues. And then on the other side, the figurative side, this kid seems to be jumping up and down on something. It says, you want to play? I got the blues, yeah. I don't think I understood what that meant. To get the blues is to be sad about something, but he's jumping up and down in happiness and saying, I got the blues, yeah. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. All right, so in our town, there is a little one-room schoolhouse called the Cross Keys School. We went to this little schoolhouse, and I remember we could get dressed up, and any chance that there was to dress up as anything, I went, again, all out, as I do. But I got, like, I had a skirt, I had this little, like, blouse thing, and I got a bonnet. I had a bonnet that I wore. I was literally so excited. Everybody else didn't, like, nobody else really dressed up. It was just me, but that's my whole life anyway. So we did reading lessons. I remember we had, like, the little chalkboards, and they let us do math on the little tiny, like, slate boards. I was living my dream. If you don't know already about me, any chance I get to, like, live in the past a little bit, I take it. So 3rd grade me was living. Some fancy art I've done. Emily B. That's me. We've got a pledge to myself. This day has been given to me fresh and clear. I can either use it or throw it away. I promise myself I shall use this day to its fullest, realizing it can never come back again. I realize this is my life to use or throw away. I am the only person who has the power to decide what I will be. I make myself what I am. That's so sweet and thoughtful, and a really good thing to be teaching children at a young age. Oh, okay, so this is pretty cool. I remember around Halloween time, she printed out a scene from Macbeth, and she had like a modern English translation for us, but I remember we would read this and memorize it. So cool. I would like envision myself as a witch as we were doing this. And I think I would like say it so dramatically too, but that's to be expected. I'm a dramatic person. I have these little books that I've made. This one is How the Moon Came to Be, and I shall read it to you now. Once in ancient Greece, the gods decided that there would be a contest. To win, you had to lift up a huge boulder and throw it up in the air so it stays up. Then throw smaller boulders at the bigger one. Pretty standard contest, I think. Most gods were scared to compete against someone else, but Hercules wasn't. Hercules wasn't necessarily a god, or was he? Demigod, right? Honestly, I don't know. It's been so long. Medusa signed up too. No other god was up for the challenge, so it was Hercules versus Medusa. The next day was the competition. Medusa picked up the big boulder and threw it up as hard as she could, but it came down and nearly killed her. Hercules threw it up, and it was just about to come down. It hit the spot and stayed. 1 point for Hercules, said Zeus. Medusa was so steamed. Maybe like steaming angry or like, I don't know. Medusa was so steamed she picked up one of the small boulders and threw it up. Threw it and it hit it. Very descriptive, Emily. Medusa missed the rest and Hercules got the most points and won. And that, my friends, is how the moon came to be. And there's a little illustration of Hercules being victorious and Medusa on the ground crying. And this was made in January of 2011. So this is another book, and it is called Instead of Receiving. Clearly made around the Christmas holiday season. Instead of receiving, I can give my time to help my mom babysit when she has to get milk or something small. And there's a terrifying image I've drawn. It's supposed to be me and my 2 other sisters playing in the living room and me watching them as my mom goes out to the shop. But on the television, I've drawn Elmo. But in like the most demonic way. That's terrifying. Instead of receiving, I can give my sister a stuffed animal when she can't find hers. Her favorite, named Edric. She had a giraffe, I think it was, and she named it Edric, which is like a combination of Edward and Frederick? I don't know. Oh yes, we had to read the Night Before Christmas. I remember. And I had a specific spot. I was literally that kid that would get so excited to read in front of the entire class, and like I would wait for my moment to like read as dramatically as I could. No wonder why nobody really liked me. I was such a weird kid. Oh, another great thing that my elementary school teacher did was during the holiday season, she decided that we would have a gingerbread making day. So, or like gingerbread house making day. So it wasn't made of gingerbread necessarily, it was more like graham crackers, and she wanted it to be as like extravagant as we wanted. Like we could create whatever type of house we wanted. So of course I wanted like a big grand looking house with like this whole driveway, and there's like balconies. I even drew like a backyard to it too, which is kind of funny. But yeah, I remember going to the store and like buying all the ingredients really early in the morning before school, and then we came in and the entire day was just building and eating candy as well. So I remember a lot of kids got super creative. One person made like a hotel with a pool on top. I wanted to do a balcony, but I didn't really think through the like architectural aspects of it, and it kind of didn't work out, but I just remember that being such a fun day. Ooh, we also, okay, again, another reason why this teacher was so good. She had us do a poetry recital at the end of the year towards spring. So 2011 poetry recital. I don't really, I do remember I memorized a poem about spaghetti. Pasta. It was like full of spaghetti puns. It was like something along the lines of like, when I eat spaghetti, my heart flutters faster because I am in love with pasta, or something really stupid like that. It was full of a bunch of spaghetti puns, and I could have picked something like with more substance or more like poetic meaning, but no, pasta. Oh, a report card. Okay, let's read out my grades. So I got an A in reading, an A in listening, speaking, and writing, an A in spelling, a B in mathematics, that's to be expected, an A in social studies, an A in science. Yeah, I did pretty good. Here's another one. I have a B in reading, a B in listening and speaking, an A in spelling, a C in math, a B in social studies, and a B in science. So this report card was... Oh, I think I know. This teacher just keeps on getting better and better the more I remember her. She let us grade ourselves sometimes, like what we thought we should deserve. And of course, I always graded myself lower than I thought I deserved because I didn't believe in my own intelligence. You know, those kind of issues. So I would give myself like grades lower than I thought I actually received. But I think this one that I just read out was the actual grading. So I did a lot better than I thought I did. Oh, this is some geography. And I remember she taught us a song. I think I still remember. It was like, North America, South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, Australia, don't forget Antarctica, South, something. Wow, this is really illiterate. I also appreciate my friends because play with me, A, keep me company. Here's one of the stories I've written. It's writing task number 2. I had 20 minutes to do it. Mom, I'm bored. Can I go over my friend Nate's to go fishing and swim with him? I asked. No, it's too late. It's almost dinner time, my mom replied. I'm gonna read this literally if there's any spelling mistakes. But, please, I begged. What did I say? Mom yelled. I ran upstairs to think of what I could do to make her say yes. Then I had a great idea. I grabbed the mop, the duster, and the vacuum. I have spelled vacuum V-A-C-O-O-M. I don't know if you can see. The vacuum. And cleaned the whole downstairs. Mom, I just cleaned the whole downstairs. Can I go now? Clean your room, and then you call Nate. Thank you, I squealed instead of squealed. I squealed with joy. I ran upstairs, almost falling on my face. After I cleaned my room, I dialed the numbers as quick as possible. It took a brief time before Nate's mom answered. Sure, you can even come over for dinner if it's okay. Thank you, I'll be over as soon as possible. Soon I was fishing with my friend and playing Xbox with him happily. We were having so much fun that it was time for dinner already. We had eggs and bacon. I spelled vacuum and bacon the same way, so B-A-C-O-O-N. Break fast for dinner. Briac fast for dinner. We played a little after that, and then my mom picked me up. I told her all the fun we had together. What an endearing story. This is something I looked at before, and I cannot tell what the heck is going on in this illustration. It seems to be a comic of a ballet class, but there's no direction. There's no rhyme or reason to it. I can't tell where to begin and where to go, because I just went. I like drew. I don't even know. It says, sorry, I'm late. Hurry up, we're picking something for our recital. Stella. Oh, what? It goes to, calm down, Olivia. That's so unfair. I'm the best. I should be the fairy. In fact, I think you're meaner than my mom says. No. There's a lot of yelling and arguing in this comic. I think it's two girls are arguing over who's going to be the fairy in the dance recital. But again, I can't tell which way any of this goes because it's so convoluted and crazy. Alright, this is the last thing. Oh. Certificate of appreciation for making beautifully decorated placemats. Very nice, Emily. Very nice. So that was my whole third grade portfolio. It was nice to take a look back through my years and remember like all the fun things of elementary school, because I feel like a lot of kids in that time period, they say they hate school, but when you look back on it, those were really one of the best days of school and the best time spent, like, despite all the obvious horrible things about elementary school. I would love to just go back one day. I don't know. Learning seemed so much more interesting and new when you're that young, and every day there was something exciting at school that you would wake up early and get ready, or the day that there was a field trip, you would wake up extra early to get ready. I remember I would do that all the time. I would get up so early, eat breakfast, get ready for my field trip, or if it was like a special day like Valentine's Day, I would get up and get dressed up and super nice and whatever. Yeah, so I miss it. I miss it so much, but it's crazy to think that like a few years ago I was just an elementary school student, and now I'm ending my senior year and going on to my next era of studying, my next era of life, really. And I don't think that girl who did that work would ever imagine that I would be who I am today. I think she thinks that she's gonna be a great artist, or she's gonna be a great actress, or she's gonna go off and live and ride horses somewhere. But I am still a little bit of her inside. There is still a little bit of that girl living in me to this day. She's there, and hopefully one day I will go off and ride horses. But for now, I'm really excited to start this new chapter of my life and start learning what I want to study and what I want to do with my life. And I am very excited. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you thoroughly enjoyed it. Tell me about your elementary school experiences down in the comments below. Did you get good grades? Because I sure didn't at some points, looking at that 68 in math class. What were your favorite parts about elementary school, and what do you miss the most? Thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!